the element of the experiment of the Magis. Already many of you have been running up and down, looking at lists, trying to figure out where your name is, where you are supposed to be going today and tomorrow, and so on. Some of you are happy, some of you are not happy, some of you are confused, some of you are convinced, and so on and so forth. I hope you have your map. Remember the cartoon from yesterday? This is very important, this is very key for you.
The bags.
If you have your map with you, pilgrim handbook, I'll ask you to go to page 13, where you have experiences. I like to use the word experiment for the following reason. The structure of what you're going to do, starting for some today and for others tomorrow, is modeled on the Jesuit experience. St. Ignatius of Loyola, who is the founder of the Society of Jesus, the Jesuits, used to send the novices. So the novices are the guys who are, joining the Jesuits for the first 2 years of their formation, their preparation, to go out to do what they call experiments. Okay? So a Jesuit novice has to do usually 2 experiments, I think, during the course of his novitiate. And the idea behind the experiment is to expose the novice, as St. Ignatius saw it, to specific situations that were outside the novice's own comfort zone. Okay? To take you out of your normal comfort zone. So for example, maybe at home, if you're a social worker, or you're a teacher, or you're a bus driver like myself, or you're a student or a doctor, you might be asked to go on an experience in, a farm, for example, or on a pilgrimage. Okay? To help you see what happens to you, to others, and to experience your relationship with God when you are put in a situation that is not familiar to you. Okay? So that's more or less the whole idea about going on an experiment. That's why for me the word experiment I like to use that one, because if you're in a lab, you're experimenting with those guinea pigs or rats or whatever they are, trying to find, cure for a particular disease. You mix different chemicals and stuff, and you want to see what happens, how the rat reacts to whatever compounds you've created, right? It's the same idea with an experiment. So think of yourself as the rat, and the compounds and the lab as, you experience the surroundings which you'll be sent to. So you want to find out what are my own fears, what things make me who I am. And how do those things, how do those experiences, how do the people I meet, the situations I encounter, how do they help me to discover myself? So a journey of self-discovery. And then to discover the other, to encounter the other person. That's why you're not sent alone, but in a group of 8, 10, 15, 17, and so on. To experience yourself, but also the others in the group. Okay? So it's a personal journey, first of all, but it's also a communal journey of experience. Okay? Back to the novices. The novices usually are sent in pairs of 2s. Maybe sometimes 3, but usually pairs of 2s to go and do the experiment. Okay? So self the other, but also God, so that you might experience God in that unfamiliar situation, or that unfamiliar situation might help you to discover what God is saying to you. Because if you're used to routine, in your familiar life, in your comfort zone, you might become numb to the experience of God. So things become normal and nothing matters anymore, and we become complacent in our own situations. So taking us out into something different helps us to see what God is saying to us, through others, through experiences, through nature, through suffering, but also joy, happiness, and so on. So this is the whole idea behind the experience. You will do different activities, but the most important thing for you and for myself is not the doing, not how many things you do, but the quality, how much of yourself you put yourself into the doing. Okay? I'll try to rephrase that. How much of you do you put into what you are doing? So this means paying attention and being conscious of what is happening with yourself, with the other person, and where you've been placed, what you can see around you, and so on, and how you experience that. And to pay attention to your own feelings and your own emotions, and see where that leads you. Does it lead you to pray? Does it lead you to reflect on your own role in terms of social justice, but also in terms of your own life? The more. Now, Magis can be about doing, the more, okay? But I'd like to invite you to also think of Magis as an opportunity to let go of something. So it's not always the case that you're being asked to, do something else. It may also be the case that we're being invited to let go of something that is a burden to us, that we are carrying with us that is not necessary, that the Lord invites us to leave behind. Lay down your burdens unto Jesus. Who knows that song? Yeah, Hannah can sing that. Can you sing the first?
You can help me sing.
Cast your burdens unto Jesus, all ye care.